Episode 3, When Everything Feels Like It's Going Wrong. Welcome back. I just want to take a moment to say thank you for being here. Whether this is your first episode or you've been with me from the start, I appreciate you. Life is busy, and there's always something pulling your attention in different directions. So the fact that you're here, taking this time for yourself, means something. By the end of today's talk, I hope you leave feeling a little lighter, a little clearer, and maybe even a little more in control of your life. Let's dive in. You ever have one of those days where the moment one thing goes wrong, everything else seems to follow? You wake up late, you spill your coffee, you rush out the door, and suddenly every traffic light is red. You're stopping more than you're moving. You're watching the minutes tick by, knowing you won't make it on time. And by the time you finally get where you're going, you're already exhausted, and the day hasn't even started yet. It's like the universe is testing you, and as things pile up, it starts to feel like everything is falling apart. But here's the truth. It's not fate. It's not the world working against you. It's clutter, not just in your home, not just on your to-do list, but in your mind. Tiny, unfinished, unresolved things stacking up until even the smallest inconvenience feels like the final straw. I've been in that mess before, and it never starts with something huge. It starts with something small. Something as simple as needing an oil change. It's not urgent, so you put it off. Then you notice your car's filthy, but there's no time for a wash. The inside? A mess. Bottles, receipts, a jacket you meant to bring in last week. But it's not a priority. Then bills. You'll get to them. Emails. Too many to open. And before you know it, your life becomes a collection of unfinished things. Then, the first time something goes wrong, your brain doesn't just deal with that one thing. It opens the floodgates. Now, it's not just about running late. It's about the oil change. It's about the bills. It's about every other thing you meant to do but didn't. It's about everything at once. And that's what makes a single bad moment feel like a bad day. There's an old saying, a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. But it's not just about physical clutter. It's mental clutter. Emotional clutter. It's the weight of everything you've left undone sitting on your shoulders. And that weight, it doesn't just stay with you, it follows you home. Because when you walk through that door already overwhelmed, you don't walk in with patience. You don't walk in with warmth. You walk in carrying the stress of the entire day. And suddenly, your kid wants to play, your wife wants your attention, dinner's not ready, the house is loud, and you just need a second. But instead of taking a moment to process, you react. You snap. You dismiss. And just like that, your stress isn't just yours anymore. Now your frustration has rippled into your home. Your kid, who just wanted a moment with you, now feels like they did something wrong. Your wife, who was happy to see you, now wonders if she's the problem. And that's the start of something even messier than what you walked in with. Because stress doesn't just sit, it spreads. And the worst part? It's easy to clean up your own clutter. But once your actions have affected someone else, now you're not just decluttering your mind, you have to fix how you made them feel. And that takes so much more work. So what's the takeaway here? It's simple. If you don't manage the small things, they will manage you. And when they do, they won't just affect your day. They will affect the people closest to you. Because the weight you don't deal with, it doesn't disappear. It just waits until one day it falls on the people who least deserve to carry it. This isn't about fixing it all at once. Life will always have bumps. But here's what I want you to ask yourself. How much extra weight am I carrying that doesn't need to be there? What have you been putting off? What small tasks, what unfinished things are quietly piling up in the back of your mind? Because half the stress we feel doesn't come from the problem in front of us. It comes from everything else we never dealt with. And the good news? That's something you can change. There's an old saying, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Life will always throw bumps in your way. That part, you can't change, but you can change how much weight you're carrying when those bumps hit. So let me leave you with this. What's one thing in your life right now that you've been putting off? What's one small task that, if you completed it today, would make your mind feel just a little bit clearer? Whatever it is, do it. Because the secret to feeling like your life is back on track isn't waiting for things to get easier. It's removing the unnecessary weight that makes things feel harder than they actually are. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt this way? What's something you've been putting off that you know would bring you peace once it's done? Drop a comment, send a message, because the more we share, the more we learn from each other. And if today's episode resonated with you, there's more where that came from. Hit subscribe, follow along, and let's keep this conversation going, because as long as you're on this journey, I'm with you.